waiting for some of y'all to tune in, man, but we're definitely back at it again, man. It's the Cypha Podcast Show. You already know what's going on. A lot of y'all artists, man, while we're getting it together, you know what I'm saying, and getting everything tuned up. Remember, send your intros, your bios, your music to the Cypha Podcast Show at gmail.com. I can't express that enough, how important that is, how important it can be, and how much it can be helpful. In a few minutes, you're going to get to witness greatness because the gentleman sitting next to me, you know what I'm saying, you really need to talk to him too and tap in. So you're going to have all information to everything that you need to really help get your career up and going and expand it further than where it is now. Cypha, you know what I'm saying? You know, shout out to Screech De Niro, of course. He's behind the scenes right now getting all this together. Shout out to Absolutely, you feel me?
Man, I can't believe I'm in the famous studio though. All this time. It's taking me
hey, that's where it all started.
6 years. You know what I mean? But hey, greatness
at the right
takes
time. Shout out to DJ Webb too, by the way. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, for sure. Star DJ.
Absolutely.
Star DJ.
So, we're gonna go ahead and get this started, man. Once again, I'm Jay Swin, man, aka the Big Homie, the host of the show tonight. My man, DC, the man, the myth, the legend. He runs the multimedia program. Let me just say that. I'm gonna let him explain himself, but DC and Company's been around for years, supporting artists nationally and internationally. You know what I'm saying? So make sure you tap in for sure, man. But this is definitely gonna be a jewel. Talk to him for a little bit. DC, introduce yourself.
Let's start at the beginning.
Okay.
Always humble, but the humble beginning started with DC and Company Entertainment, DC and Company DJ service.
I remember.
We pushed that. Yeah, I know you know. But pushed the DJ service. That was our foundation for years. Employed. We built a tree and got some branches falling off that tree. Some DJs. You know, I don't want to start popping names. I'll forget somebody's name. Right. But several, and they know who they are out there.
For sure.
We produced a tree of DJs. Shout out to my man, Cat Taylor. Certainly one of our top DJs. T-Dub, a bunch of people, man. We grew the DJ service to the point where we were in basically every urban black-owned club in Lorain County in those days. And for the young people that don't know, clubs did not own their own sound system and all that. And you know, it was all up to the DJ service, and DC and Company used to come in with the sound system and the DJ.
And the host.
Right.
And the promotion.
You know, and make it happen. So it all started there. Just when started there, man, pushed that. DJ service still up and existing today, doing very well. We went from the DJ service to Diamond Records, the record store downtown Elyria, and held on to that and made some connections and a path, and they're gonna figure out there's a segue to all this, right? The DJ service, the record store. Then we went from Diamond Records. After about 6-7 years, we opened the Toy Box nightclub.
Right up the street.
And at downtown Elyria as well. At that time, we had both locations, the record store and the Toy Box nightclub downtown Elyria on Broad Street. Then we finally shut the record store and brought it. We tried to be inventive back then and brought the selling of CDs inside the Toy Box nightclub. So you was able to come into the club and buy your latest, hottest mix CDs and everything right in your favorite club at the time, right? And as you all know, we took it from there, from club ownership now to owning our own indie radio station. We're about 6.5 years old now, technically. We were the first to jump out there and get on those apps, as you call it. About 6 years ago, we got into Apple App Store. That was big for us. Google followed along. And man, here we are in the famous Cypha studio, kicking it on Cypha Podcast.
Man, give it up for DC and Company, man, right now. Give it up for DC one time, you know what I'm saying? Because I tell you what, man, without DC, man, I might not be where I'm at. Because you've been very significant in my career, man.
Oh, definitely. We've been a tree, man. I'm glad to know that we've been a partnership with you and a connection. And that's what it's all about out there for you young and up-and-coming artists. You want to partner up with people, organizations, the right ones, and keep growing, man.
You know, a lot of these episodes, man, with the artists especially, I've been talking about the grind. And, you know, sometimes, man, that's what's lacking. a lot of these guys that aren't as successful as they want to be,
Right.
aren't grinding as hard as they need to be.
Right.
This don't happen overnight, you know?
Yeah, they're in we live in a time of kind of a false narrative, right?
Internet.
So I understand how some of the younger generation get caught up sometimes that thinking that it happens overnight, because we live in in the era where it seems like poof, bang, you know what I mean? But trust me, it does not happen overnight. And for all you young artists, everybody that you know that's really successful, I'm sure, take this new technology and Google and figure out, man, they've been on the grind, as Jay Swin said.
So tell me, man, how important throughout the years of expansion has it been to have a solid team?
Oh, very important. And I'm glad you rolled into that. Perfect time to segue in to my left. I don't know where your cameras are, if they pan, but we do have with us one of the members of DCN Company Radio.com, our VP, Margie Torres, who is now, I think, in Florida. Okay. Probably. I know she's listening right now. But, and we also have DJ Nino, our own DJ, been with us for a while. Of course, we have, come on, give your title. Give your title, man.
Oh, Yvonne, Marketing Director.
Okay.
I take when Margie moved left, I came in.
Excellent, and you do a damn good job, by the way.
Thank you, I appreciate
because
it.
I done been with y'all for a while, and like I said, I've never been disappointed.
Yeah,
Never.
we try,
You know what I'm
and
saying?
we learn. And I mean, take that step further. We also have our newest member, our video photographer, professional, Will. Over here,
Hey,
got
Will.
it going on. Yeah, him.
I
Will
see him
wants
over
to
there.
make sure we look a certain way, sound a certain way as well.
Also an artist.
Right. Also, yeah.
Okay. He said, don't forget that. Huh?
Right. I didn't know if he wanted me to plug
Multi-purpose going on.
that
Yeah,
part
yeah,
in there or
yeah.
not, but and we definitely pride ourselves, DCNCompanyRadio.com, and being the leading indie radio station, man, for indie artists nationwide.
So you guys are nominated for another award again, or just won another award, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah, we won at the OEAs in
for sure.
2023. I guess it would have been or 2024.
23.
23.
It was last year.
Yeah,
Okay,
for,
we got-
right.
We give them-
As the best the outstanding radio platform. We've been nominated the last 5 years as one of the best indie radio stations in Ohio. So that that's the compliment of people like Cypha. You see, I'm representing Cypha Studio because, and this is real talk. Our first 3-4 years, we would never have gotten out of the basement being known for a radio station with indie artists if it wasn't for Cypha Studio. People like them, Grimo Radio, there's a few people that really partnered up with us early, seeing what we were doing, man, and to grow together has been amazing.
Man, and you know what? Like I said, I've been around for all of this, so just to be able to sit back and see where we've all come and evolved into is great, man. You know, that's why I keep saying I push that grind term a lot because, I mean, we've never stopped hustling.
Right.
None of us in our respective lanes.
Right.
And we've always worked together. You know what I mean? I've done shows with you.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? I've done interviews with you. I've seen promotion, and we've shared promotions together as far as pushing stuff. So
What you got to do, that's building that team. And I think sometimes that's lost. You think, it isn't always just the in-camp directly. You have to build a team, outside of you as well, people that trust and believe in your work.
So out of all the different phases of the empire, which one was the hardest to build?
Which was the hardest to build?
Absolutely, because the transition seemed smooth. I know it wasn't
Right.
as easy as it looked, but
Right.
what was the hardest to build?
I mean, really, the hardest thing is being blessed with the talent. You know what I mean? Our team members, again, shout out to Margie, Yvonne, Nino, Will, those that have worked with us over the years, and like Cypha today. You know what I mean? There's a lot of people that partners up with us that allows us to keep moving forward, man, making this progress.
Where do you see yourself for the next couple of years?
Next couple of years.
What's the plan? You know what I'm saying?
Wow, that's a good question. Next couple of years,
Space. That's about as
I
fun.
want-
Keep elevating.
right. I do want to keep elevating the station, man. We want to, through other support and media like this hot podcast I'm on right now. I want to keep reminding people, man, that DCNCompanyRadio.com, not only are we the #1 indie radio station, man, but we have a lot of programming. I want to see our programming continue to get better. I don't know if people understand that that we have Toya Talks on Wednesdays. That's a professional certified counselor, you know, that we do a segment. We got some of the hottest DJs from all around that have segments. Shout out to my man DJ Sinister on Fridays. We got a lot jumping off. The famous DJ Just Nice. I said I wasn't gonna get into naming. You know, it's all part of the programming of DCNCompanyRadio.com. But it's important, man, that we continue to grow in that way. We've lately been reaching out in the community, growing the radio station on that side as well. You know what I mean?
Speaking of community, do you get a lot of support from the community, do you feel? Or do you feel like you could be a little bit more?
Yeah, it can always be more.
For sure.
I mean, it can always be more. But we do well with community support. I can't even say that we don't, because we do. We always could do better, but we do well, I think. And, you know, we just like to share the love when we can. You know what I mean?
You know what, I kind of feel like with people like yourself, myself, Screech, you know, if we could actually gain the financial support a little bit more from our community, from some of the things that we do, man, because people don't realize the doors that are really being opened right here in a small city. We have a radio outlet right here, sitting right next to me. It doesn't charge nothing but $25, if I'm not mistaken, in studio.
Yeah, it just depends on the scenarios, the situation.
Okay,
Sometimes there's not even a charge to our interviews. It just depends.
So let me tell you, man, I've called before I got to a higher level of being respected out in the community, and they wanted $1,000 to sit down with them and do an interview with them. I'm like, whoa, you know what I'm saying? Now, don't get me wrong, I get it. Everybody got to eat, but damn, you know what I'm saying? So we got this sitting right here in our own city, or community rather, or county.
One of the best, by the way.
And I will get there. Trust me, I was getting there. I was followed up.
You don't
And
fuck with it, you just.
that's why I said, man, that's why I asked you, do you feel like the support is enough? Or do you feel like you should be getting, should the doors be being knocked down and blown open?
Again, we could always use more support. I mean, just like you support any other brand that you know. You know, the kind of funny thing, and I know where you're going with it, we'll touch a little bit about it. But, I mean, we do got to do better about supporting, and I mean financially, mentally, whatever way you can, brands or people that you know. I mean, we got to do a little bit better at that than supporting a brand of someone, you know, you don't even know who sits on that board. You know what I mean?
Exactly, I get it.
Or whatever. But really, man, we get great support. Again, I think everybody's got to understand, you know, just work, get caught up into your own brand, keep building it, and those opportunities are going to start, they'll drop. You know, we're living proof of it. You know, those opportunities will drop, and just keep working, keep grinding, and keep giving us the support that you're giving us now, and we'll take any added or, you know, more support. Yeah.
It's definitely appreciated, man. So I don't want anybody to feel like I'm being disrespectful at all. I'm just speaking to another business mogul that, you know, sometimes we have to talk about it. You know, it's definitely the elephant in the room.
In a simple way. You know, great example, man. I'm wearing a hat right now, man. This guy, Wordsmith. If y'all get on the internet, you'll figure out this guy, it belongs to Del P, and don't forget the hyphen. That's one of the biggest rappers in Philly, one of the biggest independent rappers in Philly, right? I got a t-shirt to match too. Now, and you know, Del P, because we play a lot of his music, do a lot for him, was willing to give it to me, but I purchased this. You know what I mean? Same with this Cypha t-shirt. You know, I got a connection with the bosses over there. I could have got this t-shirt, but you know, I offered to pay for it. Then one, I got two. I got to get the orange one. But these are the ways, man, we got to start understanding, support, you know, quit just talking about it and do it, and you can do it in several ways.
Absolutely. You know, like I said, I've been around for a long time, man, and the support has been great, but like I said, it can always be better. And again, we have to mention things like that when you run a business, because it don't run off water. You know what I'm saying? The lights don't just turn on automatically. So, you know, when you do so much, like in your situation, man, you've done so for so many people, man. I mean, you should be able to really have this as your full-time job and not have to do nothing and worry about nothing.
Right.
Should. But understand it, you know what I'm saying? We got to get to that point, still keep grinding, man.
Oh, yeah.
But like I said, we definitely support each other, and we appreciate y'all's support. So I don't want y'all to feel like any type of way, you know what I'm saying? It's all good. But So tell me, DC, man, what do you got coming up? I know you're always booked. You know what I mean? Always got things
Yeah,
going
matter
on.
of fact, let me turn to the boss. I know right away, man. And for anybody listening right now and watching, tomorrow, help me out now, Levon.
Tomorrow is the Lorain County Bicentennial 200th anniversary.
The
So we're having
bicentennial,
bicentennial, and
Okay.
it's downtown Elyria in the square, and they're going to have a big thing going on there.
What time
And it
does that
starts
start?
at 9 o'clock.
That's 9 a.m.
Yeah, 9 a.m. to 12:30.
Right, that's the bicentennial, the Lorain County Bicentennial, celebrating 200 years. Of course, DCNCompanyRadio.com will be there.
Oh, definitely.
Saturday morning, it's the breakfast,
Yeah.
right?
No, that's Sunday.
That's Sunday?
Yeah.
Oh, what's-
Saturday is.
Well, forget Saturday, we'll go right to Sunday.
Sunday.
Because I'm
Sunday,
saying, I
yeah,
want them to know this. Sunday is the pancake breakfast
For
for someone running for Lorain County Sheriff, Jack
Okay.
Hall.
Okay.
Get there, you guys. And we also got
old
some.
school Saturday.
Huh?
Old school Saturday.
Oh yeah, the old school party is Saturday.
Where you doing that at?
That's
On
at
Leary Avenue, Tony Horn's place.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So shout out to
BYB.
them over there. We ran the commercials for that, so we'll be there covering that too. We're gonna bring you guys some footage. You'll be able to check it out, of course, on Cypha Podcast.
That was right away. That's one thing DC does, yo, man. He stays active.
Yeah.
Stays active.
What's up, man? A lot going on now. And like Jay was saying, man, we got this station. We have a radio station. I think maybe that's what Lorain County doesn't understand sometimes. But you notice I said Lorain County.
Yeah, I guess.
Everybody else do.
That's what I'm
You
saying.
know, thank you, everybody else. But no, real talk. Lorain County need to understand this is our radio station. You know what I mean? For the indie artists or anybody out here trying to do anything, any indie, damn, say that fast 3 times. But for any indie businesses, small mom and pop businesses, need some help, advertising, man, radio, social media. Call Cypha, call DC Company Radio, understand what's going on, what y'all got.
It's right here.
Right?
How can they reach you?
They can reach us at our office number 440-242-9287. Once again, that's 440-242-9287. For any indie artists listening right now, watching right now, if you want to send your music to us, all you got to do is email dcncompanyradio@yahoo.com. That's dcncompanyradio@yahoo.com. Make it happen. Let's go.
MP3 format.
Huh?
Make sure you send it in an MP3 format too.
Yeah. Thank you.
Definitely. You know what I'm saying?
MP3 format, no doubt. But Cypha, Screech.
Yes.
Am I allowed to talk to the producer, the big guy over there?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm here for it, for sure.
I just hang out the mic.
Hey, man, we're at a spot right here. We really want to thank you, bro. We want to thank you for all the partnership and up. You know, you done with us. All the music that Cypha Studio has sent to us, man. You're one of the reasons why we one of the biggest and baddest indie radio stations around right now.
Let me get over here, but you know,
Oh, let's snap! I mean, not to be funny, I forgot that even more.
That's
Yeah,
what we was getting to that
we've been
too.
out
Yeah.
3-4 of them over the years now. Yeah, man. Yeah,
Yeah,
Screech, that mean a lot to me, man. And to be in your house right now, in this famous Cypha studio and the podcast and everything y'all got going on, man, it's amazing to us.
A lot of people don't know the history on Cypha, man. They don't
Yeah.
understand that this goes back 20 years. You know what I mean?
Right.
Every artist in the county and surrounding counties coming right here
Yeah,
to
I
record.
remember.
Some have taken off, some haven't, but you know what I mean? There's been a lot of history right here, right
But,
here
you
where
know,
we're sitting at.
they've given us 7 years, past six and a half something years, man, and it has helped build DCNCompanyRadio.com, and that's what I'm meaning, you guys, young artists, young entrepreneurs, young business people. Keep grinding, keep working, and you have to find partnerships. You got to partnership up with people. Stop thinking you can do it by yourself. Don't happen that way. Hey man, but somebody bust this sound.
Go ahead.
I'm
Get
thirsty.
the
I've been
host.
yeah, the host. Yeah. Oh man. With Mopes, Jay Swin.
I got me John
My
up.
little pack went away, but I don't know what happened here, but
We rocking Jay Swin music on DCNCompanyRadio.com as
you got
well.
on top.
I know.
The track on back. Oh, We playing right now. We playing the collab with you and some female artist. The one you brought through. I think it's
Breezy J.
I think, yeah.
The Pain
Called
record.
Pain. Yeah. Yeah.
You know, shout out to Breezy J too, by the way, man. You know she's expecting a child.
Oh, okay.
So she's kind of
Breezy
chilling right
J.
this minute, but she's still writing and working. And
Yeah, man. It's still in rotation.
With family first.
That Pain bumping right about now. Shout out to my man 52 Savage too. I promised him yesterday. He jumped on our live feed when we was with Love My So. Promise I shot him out. That man got it going on. Big time indie out there that loves us. So shout out to him as well. OT Cali up there in Pittsburgh. A whole lot of people doing big things, and they continue to send us the heat. Look out for this young lady, Millie Banks, too. Millie Banks coming out of LA, part of that grind mode radio and grind mode crew out that way. But Millie Banks doing big things as well. So y'all look out for those names, those numbers go run them. Huh? Cypha.
We'll take a break for a second and we come back on Poppin' Spirits. Give
The
us some music.
It's up to you. We can play some music while we sit here and talk.
Yeah. Let's get some music in here while we popping it off.
Yeah.
Streets, I love it, boy. I love it, boy. I can't wait to see it.
System on corrupt, giving numbers to our children. Left with no option, living in drug dealing. Y'all didn't take the break the curse. Prison on the curse. Mama working two jobs, not enough to fill the purse. Straight hard, 15 to the first. Hustling gold, now it's hustling flow. Switch lanes from the game.
Once again, man, right now you listen to the sounds of Jay Swin, Fresh Out.
Fresh out.
This record was broke exclusively first by DC and Company.
Yeah, well, I think when you playing this one, you weren't even up. Oh, there go the sound. There go
What
the
a
sound.
sound, you know what I'm saying? Once again, man, shout out to everybody watching. Shout out to everybody right here in studio. Will, Devon, Cypha for show.
Turn it up, turn it up.
Hey. Shout out to Breezy J. Shout out to 9-Way G-Ski, Hundo.
Oh yeah, 9-way, G-Ski, Hundo, like
sir.
$100
Hey,
bill.
sorry for being in the way.
Hundo, by the way, he'll be home soon. You know what I'm saying? He'll definitely be home soon.
Yes, shout out to Hundo. Hundo told me, here's one. Anyway, Hundo told me one time on the radio when we playing his music, he said, DC, you pronounce my name like that. Like the $100 bill. All right, Hundo. For sure, baby.
Free Hundo, baby.
Yeah.
Free the rest of the guys, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right now we're going to take this time to toast it up. You know what I'm saying? Right here, we definitely all in the building. This is nothing but success. You know what I'm saying? This is hard work.
Woo! Cypha
To longevity into the
Podcast.
future.
DC come to radio.
You know.
For sure.
You already know.
Give it up.
You know.
Let's go. You know, I'm over here dirty, but hey, I'm playing the background. So, you know,
You
it
the
is.
boss.
Mhm.
Yeah, you the boss.
Shout out to
can
Rose
look
and that Bill Air.
anyways, boss one of them.
Shout out to Rick Ross with that one.
Man, we really appreciate y'all though. But yeah, soon too, we want everybody to know, man, for indie artists, soon look for it. DecentCompanyRadio.com will be doing our chart. We're gonna start charting indie artist music. We're gonna do
I
it
hear that.
locally. How we doing it, Will?
National. We're doing national. Everybody in the country.
But when we're doing local, state,
local and national.
yeah, but like 3 categories, like local, state, and national. I think.
Okay, so it kind of let you know what the
Right,
who's who,
yeah.
where you at. But
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's coming.
Hey.
That's something that's coming, so look for that.
That's DC and Company 2.0. You know what I'm saying? Exclusively, you just heard it. You know, so
Sure.
artists, make sure you tap in, man. I'm gonna be the first to tell you, man. Like I said, you got all the resources just sitting right here. Not to mention anything else you got going on, man. So y'all gotta make sure y'all tap in. Y'all know where to reach us, the Cypha Podcast Show at gmail.com. You got DC in the building. You got a marketing specialist in the building. It's like, come on, man. There's not nothing you don't have here. You see what I'm saying? You can create the record. You can promote the record. You can definitely get the record pushed to radio. Come on. You know what I'm saying? What else can you ask for, DC?
That's right.
Live interview.
Live interviews,
Right.
in both studios.
Music.
Matter of
video.
fact, that's an idea, man. That's a collab situation we got to put together here. So
Oh, definitely.
a little showcase with some added little trinkets in there, maybe some recording
Oh,
time.
definitely, man.
interview time.
We always are partner up with Cypha Inc., Cypha Studio, Cypha Podcast,
We got
anything
in there live
over
too.
here. Cause y'all proven over the years, man, that you for real and you work with us, so we appreciate that.
You know, I got a project coming soon, man. We definitely gonna be leaking some music to you. It's called The Chronicles of Swin.
Right.
Volume 1. It's called Mood Music. Basically, I'm saying what everybody's thinking. You know what I mean? It's the real life voice of the streets for real. You know what I mean? And I've been locked up for a little while. Come home and took off. So I got a whole lot to say. You know what I mean? A whole lot on my mind. You know, I've been grinding nonstop. Even when I was down, I didn't stop. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I definitely got some new stuff coming for you. We're gonna be distributed by Virgin Records. You know what I'm saying?
okay,
That was a
okay,
beautiful
that's what's up.
thing.
That's
I was
what's
able to
up.
negotiate. Also, I'm gonna share with you while we sit here. I was able to negotiate the option to keep my masters. You know what I'm saying? I chose not to take a major advance, not right away, because it's a joint venture. So they're gonna push the marketing, put marketing behind it. Yeah, for sure. A lot of people don't understand that, man. That's a whole different conversation. But when you sign your life away, that's what they mean. You know, you take that big money, you owe that big money times half of that again, just in interest. So, you know, when you don't, I'm not gonna say you don't need it. We always need money. But when you have other alternative options, it makes better sense. You gotta learn the game. You know?
And as we're speaking on that as well, for any indie artists looking for some distribution, some better deals, and you know, there's now some indie, real indie people that have built their own distribution. We happen to know a couple people in Atlanta that's doing some of their, you know, have a distribution company that they've started for indie artists, man, where they got some better, you know, numbers, better deals going on, percentages. So,
You know what, DC? While we're on that conversation, you know what I mean? A lot of times people don't understand the game.
right.
So that's why they don't know what they're looking for.
Yeah.
I mean, if you just started, okay, even if you didn't just start, if you don't know where to start, and okay, you don't want to necessarily jump out the tree, you don't understand the concept of the big money. Big money comes when you have big fan base. Big fan base comes when you grind, which comes back to that word, and you've been consistent. You know, you build that, right? Start with an indie. Nothing wrong with that, because you got to create that fan base.
Right.
You got to make sure paperwork is right. You got to make sure cents and dollars make sense.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I say that for people to understand exactly what I'm saying. Cents and dollars have to make sense. But once you get that black
And that's any avenue that you take.
in life,
Whether
absolutely.
you go major, you know what I mean, or whether you're indie, there's money to be made and money to be lost. You gotta know what you're doing, whether you're indie or major.
And
You
I'm
know
glad
what I
you're
mean?
sitting here to co-sign that, because you're technically both. You're like an indie station doing major numbers. So, you know, at the end of the day, people don't always have to gravitate to major. You know what I'm saying? It just depends on what you got going on, what you're able to
Right.
negotiate. I wouldn't want a major deal. Not right off the rip, not the way they're giving them now. Ain't no way.
I think
Slave.
people will be surprised what hard work does. Gotta stay consistent. I know it seems like, you know, happened overnight, it doesn't. I know you hear these stories from a lot of people to say, it seems like we're saying the same old thing, but it's true. And I still today, man, I make sure I read and do some things up on my craft and on people. But I tell you what, the same common denominator by people in the industries that I think we all would look up to, making big money now. Yeah, but they all saying these little things like, I mean, on top of my head, Ice Cube. Read somewhere Ice Cube said, man, forget about it if you think, you know, Ice Cube said he didn't make money for 7 years.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean, with the movie deals and all that. I understand what he's saying. You know, people don't understand. You make money, but sometimes you're putting it right back until you can, you know, put it in your pocket. But just understand that, though, man.
I don't know if you just seen not too long ago where Snoop reached 1 billion streams, but he made less than $45,000. So we all have common sense, right? CDs out the trunk make more than that, right?
Exactly.
That was the old school way, you know what I'm saying? But everybody talk about old head this, old
That's
head
what
that, but
everything's
that's where the
coming back
money's
to in
at.
a lot of ways. Professionally.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But when they use the word indie, when a lot of people don't know, even big industry is jumping on a lot of that because they can save a lot of money. They cut a lot of money out that they're paying the big people, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
Give money to the indie. To the indie, that's a lot of money, but to the big people, that's a third of what they were paying. You know,
And all they have to do is collect, because
Okay,
they're micromanaged in that way.
yeah.
If I got a big bag and I'm dropping it to you, you doing the work. You just gonna report back to me with my bread.
But don't
In a
stop,
sense.
you guys.
Not at all.
Cypha Podcast, that's what we're here for. That's why DecentCompanyRadio.com is here today. Try and just push the narrative, man, that hard work does pay.
And I got a question for you, DC. Go ahead, Screech. What's up?
And they got the lanes to
All of them.
You know?
showcase their craft, and it's free.
How do you manage to maintain all the success you had, right, along with your personal life? How do you juggle? How do you balance that?
Keep it separate. That's just one thing I'll tell people. You have to keep it separate. It took a while for me to even understand it. Sometimes I don't like to talk about it, especially amongst real friends. Because, I mean, you know, it can get the feel that, man, you know, I'd be sounding like, man, my head's big. But I had to understand. I had to really start understanding that we have accomplished some things, you know, to the point where I had to separate and understand that DC is an entity, you know, out here, and some hard work worked up on. But you just separate it. That's when real talk. That's what we do, man. You know, certain little secrets. We try to keep our government name away from business. You know, just a lot of separation of.
Absolutely.
You know.
I just
maintain some sanity. Some.
You know, I always wonder,
go
man,
crazy.
because over the years, you know what I'm saying, I've lost a lot of good people just because they didn't understand my passion and my vision.
For sure.
You got to sacrifice a lot. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Friends, sometimes I get
Definitely.
it.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because it's like, in order to get to that bag, you got to be available.
But one thing for sure, man, if they're a real friend, they'll find a way to support you. They may not know what or how to do it right off, but if they're real, and only time will tell sometimes. See, sometimes, man, we're a little too hard on people we want to support us. We gotta understand they're sitting back sometimes. You know, put some work in, bro. You know, sometimes really they're sitting back to see.
Yeah.
Well, you know, because they don't necessarily have that same vision we have. You know, and this is something that I found too, you know, over the years of little success we've had, that, man, there's some people there that you didn't know were there, and that you'll find out later they were just waiting to see, man, when you going to stick it out, you know? You know, there's all kinds. But any support you can get, bro, it's beautiful, you know what I mean?
You know, I like asking that question, man, because, you know, part of my biggest support team is my immediate family, my kids.
Yeah.
I mean, they've been with me, good or bad.
Usually starts there.
They tell me in the booth, like, hey, tighten this up if it's not tight, or if it don't look good, fix that. You know, if you ain't looking right, dress a hold on. Like, they with me, they're all the way.
I tell you, I get a little excited when we talk about this part of building our businesses and what we built in DecentCompanyRadio.com, because it's really about them.
It is.
It's about, really, man, it's about my staff. It's about the relationships I've built with others. Shout out to the OEAs, by the way.
Shout out.
You know what I mean? And none of these relationships were given to us, by the way, either. You know, nothing was given now. You know, it's just hard work. Our radio station's been nominated at the OEAs about the last 4 or 5 years in a row, but that wasn't easy. You know, I had somebody say one day, you know, y'all been nominated, but you haven't won. I said, well, try getting nominated.
Yeah, right. Start off.
I mean, you know what I mean. Sometimes don't water down anybody's work. You know what I mean. Just work out here, and it's just beautiful, man. We wouldn't have got those nominations, anything, without support. Cypha, and I'm so happy I'm sitting here. This is real talk.
No,
you know, a lot of people don't know this, man. I couldn't wait to get here, you know, to help share that message.
You know, it's funny, man. Screech can vouch for this, man. When I was locked up, you know, I call Screech often, because, you know, we've been dogs for many years, you know what I mean, outside of the music as well. So, and that was the first thing I kept asking him. I was like, man, DC still doing his thing? DC still popping? You know what I'm saying? He's like, he's bigger than he was ever. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, you know, you want to make sure that some of the things that you practice continue to be part of the future practice, because that's what brings success.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? The formulas.
And sometimes you gotta understand too, man. And see, I'm getting older now. Y'all know I started this journey. You know, I had businesses downtown in our city, 30 years ago, 30 plus.
Right.
But my point is, man, we gotta understand that sometimes we're used as in ways like, hell, if I don't do anything but tap me out just a little bit there, boss. If I don't do anything, thank you, but be that reason that someone else, another young entrepreneur, was like, man, I remember how DC done this.
Yeah.
If I don't do nothing but be that reason that someone else has started a business, I probably have been and don't even know, but that's fine too. You know what I mean? Sometimes we just gotta understand our calling can come in different ways. Don't always just come in the millions.
So you've been in the trenches though all your life, you know what I'm saying? Once it gets to that time where you feel like it's that time, are you gonna go up more on the corporate side of the business still, or are you just gonna walk away from it?
I'm gonna probably just chill. I don't think I'll ever walk totally away. I'll keep one of the reasons why we built the radio station. I felt I've gone full circle in my career from street DJ, club DJing, to owning the club that my DJ sort of worked in, to now having a radio station. I feel there's somewhere in radio I can always lay in the pasture in. You know what I mean? So to speak.
Like you said, after so many years, you've been doing this 30 plus.
Yeah.
So that's why I say, are you?
Well, that's why we got y'all. You know what I mean? Real
so you're
talk.
grooming is what you're doing.
Yes, sir. You know what I mean? And I'm enjoying seeing some of this, man. One of the most exciting things about building DCandCompanyRadio.com is a lot of the young people in the indie realm of the world. I mean, we went from, shout out to Margie Torres, too, who is now our VP of Operations.
Right.
But her and I started this DCandCompanyRadio.com covering events. Shout out to people like Trap Boy Mannequin, DJ Jack the Ripper, all these promoters and things, of course, the OEAs. But, funny thing, man, I got to say that we went from covering these events as DC and Company Radio and later became DCandCompanyRadio.com. But from DC and Company Radio, we were nobodies. I mean, just real talk. And I want, people to understand, nobodies. We had a dream and we were working. You know what I mean? Out here, everywhere around the state, right?
Absolutely.
When we would go to these places, man, these events were packed, these promoters, we were nobodies. And we have worked our way to the point now, the most exciting thing to me is when we cover most of these indie happening, I don't care where they are in the state or out of the state, there's at least 2, 3, sometimes a half a dozen artists that pull up, man, you think, man, we send you your music, blah, 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 blah. We
It makes you feel damn good.
Yeah, it makes you feel real good. We worked, and what I'm trying to say, like, really, man, and with a lot of support, of people like Cypha Inc. sending his music, Grind Mode Radio, that whole production, and a lot of people. And now it's just, we got a position. You know what I mean? So now it's just great. But I just wanted to get that out there because they do feel good.
Yeah.
And the message in that is not, ooh, look at us, but look at the hard fucking work.
Yeah.
We started off, man, they didn't know who our name was. Now we're interviewing mainstream artists. They're calling us. So it does work, you guys. Let's keep doing it. Cypha! We in here, goddammit! Cypha Podcast!
DC Company Radio, man.
DC and Company Radio, man. Always a pleasure for sure.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
And this is kind of aimed at the producer, the boss, Screech. And this is real talk, because I don't know sometimes if this guy knows how much I care about him.
Oh, yeah.
His brother, he got a star DJ brother that has allowed, has made sure it's called DC and Company Radio and made sure we were in those A-list events that the Nerve DJs put on. That's respect. That's that partnership thing that y'all hear me talking about that you have to earn and get. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Shout out to the Nerve DJs, man.
Yeah, Big Hef. Shout out to Hef. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, no doubt, Big Hef.
Sure.
Big Hef for a
Big
reason.
Hef,
Yeah, he doing things, he know it. So shout out to everybody out here grinding, Do I say their name
Gurus.
right? Gurus.
Yeah, shout
Yeah,
out to
Gurus
Jesse.
Podcast.
We seen them at the OEA's joint. They congratulated us. You know, so there's some people out here doing some real shit out here. You know what I mean? So be proud of them. Go out here and support them, man. And let's just keep doing this. Keep growing.
Man, I agree, man. I mean, Screech doesn't really understand how important he is to answer your question. You know what I'm saying? He just keeps his head down.
I'm gonna ask him this question because I'm just curious. What does it feel like? Cause you've been close to us, Screech. I started to bring a picture off of one of our wall, famous wall, at the Humble first studio I met. But what does it feel like to you, someone who hangs around stars? Y'all see this shit? Hanging around stars, has produced stars, has seen our humble beginning.
Man.
How does it feel for you to see our growth?
It's incredible. It's the way that y'all evolved over the years since I've known you. I mean, it's the growth, the support. I mean, it's awesome. You can't get no better than the relationship from a radio station to a recording studio. The relationship we have is undeniable. It's just it's awesome.
That means a lot to me, though. I always wanted to ask you to because I know you would give that biased, honest, real answer. You've seen our humble beginning.
Yes,
so I just wonder, what does that feel like?
And you've seen our humble beginning from, sending tracks from, people that are no longer here today that you supported and still playing to this day to keep your name alive. I mean, that's the love that, from a studio to a radio station, the thickness through thick and thin, through, me not, at one point I was just on a on call type. I wasn't really doing much after I I just pulled back from a lot of things.
Shit, real life shit happens. But you've always grind, man, and you've always, been on the work. And we've seen OEAs, big as they are, them guys are big. Now, they do some shit. Man. But it's funny, and I remember going to the very first OEA, my first, because they were going on a couple before us, but I remember going to my first, and from where they have grown, to today. So to see the real ones grow, man.
And still going.
Yeah.
And still going.
I've seen...
I remember when I got nominated the first year the OEAs went on, Cypha Studios got nominated for Best Recording Studio, which was dope. I mean, I ain't never been nominated for jack shit, and then to get that.
I tell people that is dope. Win or not.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
Give you an example. Look at, a lot of people like to compare again indie to mainstream. Mainstream, they seem to understand, but a good comparison. Look at the mainstream artists. What do? They boast how many nominations or whatever they've been. That's big to them in the industry. Ain't no different with the indies. They've been nominated by certain things. Damn it.
That's like getting a Grammy without being, worldwide and shit. I mean,
they ain't giving them to nobody.
People don't understand. Getting nominated is an awesome feeling, just knowing that you're getting recognized by something you worked so damn hard for.
Right. And that's our whole theme here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. We want it to be really, man, it ain't about, who we look at me every time, who we look at my work.
Right.
Look at their work. Look what hard work in this industry. And you gotta have that dream. We won't get away from there. It starts there. That's for me.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm blessed. God always gives me these visions. You know what I mean? And then blessing me with some people to help me get that vision.
That team.
That team
that is loyal.
Yeah.
That team that is willing to take the extra step, even if they can't put it into their schedule. They make time.
That's it.
And shout out to Ooh Wee Radio, by the way. Y'all know them?
Shout out to
Familiar.
Radio.
Y'all know
I
them?
heard
You
I heard
know
about
that? You remember their humble beginning? I can remember their first big move. And I'm bringing up some of these things, you guys, on this famous Cypha podcast that we're on.
No
but I'm
problem.
bringing these things up for a reason. I hope y'all be catching these little sticky things. But I'm bringing that up because some people think indie, UK, they did. I've seen Ooh Wee Radio, indie radio station like us. I can remember I first got hip to them. Why? Because, they were nominated for Best Indie Radio Station, right along with us. So Big Heifer Radio, there's a thing to this, y'all.
Yes.
I ain't gonna, but there's certain radio stations that just keep floating to that. Point is, I remember when Ooh Wee Radio won Best Indie Radio Station at the OEAs. But now Ooh Wee Radio is fully syndicated. They doing their thing. They the real deal. But I'm it's just funny
Watch
because
them
you see somebody right there with you and just
Absolutely.
keep working hard working. We've been at several locations where shout out to Flames O' God, Akron, Ohio, by the way.
For sure.
We covered Flames O' God's movie premiere, and who was there? Ooh Wee Radio. Again, it starts becoming this theme where, the best in the business, you just keep seeing them say one. When we started, it was a whole bunch of people in that pool. And now, that cream rises to the top. Keep working.
This is a true story, man. I want to say maybe a month or two ago, I contacted Yvonne, right? And I want to clear this up too, because it had nothing to do with the fee. So I was trying to surprise Screech, and I was going to bring him to DC and Company because we've talked about him every time I've been there. Remember, it was like, you got to get it linked up, we got to get Screech over. So I was going to bring Screech. Screech was like, no. We setting up to bring DC here. That's why I never got back with you.
I was wondering
Because
why
I
you
didn't want to let you know, because I want you to let him know. Because I know he was telling me it's been a minute, and I know we've been rocking together for so long.
And this is DC's first time.
First time.
He always wanted to come. Hey, when
So-
you gonna invite me to the stool? When you gonna invite
We
me to
was
the
this
stool?
close to having everything that we needed together to bring him here. That's why we done all these episodes
I
first.
care a great deal for this young man, his team, his camp.
Yeah.
UJ Swim, what you guys got going on, man? You work hard. You always have shown us love. Gives me motivation. You know what I mean?
I just wanted to clear it up because I told Screech, he's like, no. He's like, I got this to be here at this time. It'll be here. He's like, we just got to do some
But
tests.
Will,
first.
can I come here for a minute, man?
Gotta make sure this is right.
I gotta make sure, Will, I know the camera level might be low, but bro, can you please just make sure you get in the camera, man? Will, this is our newest member to DCandCompanyRadio.com.
Both of them.
Will got it going
Salute
on.
to Will.
And by the way, he's actually an indie artist that
That's
sends
right.
us music as prestigious
Dope.
as grind.
I think one day I was next to him on Tower Boulevard, and he had the sticker on DC and Company. I wrote down. I think it was you, and I was like, DC and Company, That's not what I'm looking like, man. I think I seen him one day, because
Yeah, man, we love
he
it.
was in a SUV.
Possibly.
Black one?
Possibly.
It might have been
Some-
me.
Probably was.
Oh,
No, it wasn't you.
like
It was a dude.
My son probably had my truck.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cause I got
Okay.
DC
She got-
on the back of there, yeah.
Okay. So I know I seen somebody. That's why I was wondering if it was you or not. But I know I seen somebody in the rolling out DC and Company Radio. I was like,
We
you see
really
what-
just want to say how much we love being here, man. How much this meant to me. I've been some places, but this is right there. And I've been
We
wanting to come
appreciate
here, just to get in his face, just to tell, and you too, Jay,
No.
but to tell Screech, that we really appreciate you.
Hey, we appreciate you too.
And we're gonna.
Cypha, DJ Gleb, which he ain't here because he's been taking care of a lot of conference calls.
Mhm.
He just got one up with Jim Jones. He had another one with Little C's.
For sure.
We're trying to get them on the Cypha Podcast Show.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
maybe we can have DC, and Swin when we get the
Hey,
screaming going.
whatever,
you know
it
what
don't
I'm
even
saying?
matter, man.
Yeah, to get the main ones up in here.
Y'all
like,
just keep rocking. We're enjoying
know.
sitting back where we are, watching what the Cypher Podcast is
I
doing.
understand, but we could get
You know?
somebody with you, Webb, and Swin,
Yeah.
and you know what I'm saying?
Legendary.
'Cause I'm about to have a
Anytime,
stream.
I would love that, especially
About to-
getting next to
we're about to have that.
the start DJ. West. Grab is one of the few DJs. It's funny, man. It's interesting because again, partnering up and whatever word you want to use, I like that word, teaming up. But it's just funny. It's so dependent upon in our industry.
Yes.
The music business. It is in every industry, really, but ours, it really shines. And what I want to say about the star DJ, I gave him that name. DJ Quack, because he is. He's
For
a
sure.
star DJ,
No
wants to
question.
DJ, and then he gets to hang around all the stars. But anyway, when I had the Toy Box nightclub, when we had that club, it was popping at a certain time, right? It was the club for a while. But we were funny about, we wouldn't let people on our sound system. Right, you came in that club, it was like, looking at you. You know, mainly because the club owner owned the DJ. You know, I knew that side of the business. So, anyway, though, DJ Webb is one of the very few DJs that we would turn the key loose. You know, we would open the gate at the DJ booth for. I mean, he real talk. He's one of the very few that we, because he was the shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he was a pro, but. I say that to say, man, that was years ago. God hadn't given me the vision of my own radio station then, our radio station then. So it's just funny how me doing the right thing by a relationship with that young star DJ then, I mean, it's about 15 years ago now or whatever, but how it's carried over. And DJ Webb has made sure when he has had the opportunity to show that love back professionally. And I just want to say, I appreciate you. You know.
No question, man. Like I said, we appreciate you. And hopefully we'll see you here soon again. You know what I'm saying? Definitely keep us in the loop of what you got going on. And if you want to give me your information one more time so the people know one last time.
I'm going to let Javon do that. Come on over there. Get down. Get it.
B34 man, we got you on there.
Right, because understand, y'all, and Margie Torres, wherever she's at, DJ Nino Brown, you know, all the members, all our affiliates, everybody that sends DCNCompanyRadio.com music and does programming with us. This is us, y'all. We just want y'all to know, man, we're a team and we the shit.
Flat out. You know what
Sure.
I'm saying? Hey, you heard it first right here in the basement, man. The Cypha Podcast Show.
Cypha!
Y'all can reach us at the
In the
Cypha
basement.
Podcast Show at gmail.com.
Screech,
Remember,
thank you.
Reflection of My Grind coming soon. Also, Chronicles of Swing coming ASAP. You know what I'm saying?
ASAP.
Once again, it's a wrap. It's been great to see you, man. We out of here.
You get Jay Swin?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Always.
All right. Thank you, you guys.